Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Buckle up for a roller coaster ride of emotions as we dive into the jaw-dropping story of Marcus, a man whose world was turned upside down by the most unexpected betrayal. This tale will challenge everything you thought you knew about love, trust, and the human capacity for both deception and resilience. Marcus, 45, and his wife Olivia, 45, were the epitome of relationship goals. Married for 25 years, they had 2 successful children and 3 adorable grandkids. They seemed to have it all. Their love story began in a quaint bookstore called Whispers of Wisdom, where Marcus worked as a barista, crafting the perfect lattes while secretly dreaming of becoming a novelist. Olivia was a regular customer, always ordering the same drink, a vanilla chai latte with an extra shot of espresso. Their eyes would meet over the steaming cup, and their chemistry was instant. Within months, they were living together in a cozy studio apartment above a bustling farmer's market. Their evenings were filled with laughter, dreams, and the intoxicating aroma of fresh produce wafting through their windows. Fast forward 2 years, and they were tying the knot in a picturesque ceremony by the ocean, their vows carried away by the salty breeze. Life was good, really good. They traveled the world, from the bustling streets of Tokyo to the serene beaches of Bali. They raised a family, supporting each other through sleepless nights with colicky babies and the turbulent teenage years. Marcus was there for Olivia when she launched her own interior design business, and she stood by him as he finally published his first novel. They weathered financial storms, family dramas, and health scares, always emerging stronger together. But like many long-term relationships, they faced their share of challenges. Marcus, once an avid rock climber who could scale El Capitan with ease, had to switch to a desk job after a devastating climbing accident left him with a permanent limp. The sedentary lifestyle led to significant weight gain, and their once passionate love life took a hit. The spark that had once burned so brightly began to flicker, threatened by the mundane routines of daily life. Determined to reclaim his health and reignite the spark in his marriage, Marcus embarked on a fitness journey that would reshape not just his body, but his entire life. Over 2 grueling years, he shed an impressive 80 kg, 176 pounds, through a combination of strict dieting, intense workouts, and sheer willpower. His transformation was so dramatic that he even underwent a tummy tuck to remove the excess skin, revealing a sculpted physique that turned heads wherever he went. The results were astounding, not just physically, but in every aspect of his life. His energy levels soared, and he rediscovered his passion for outdoor adventures. But nowhere was the change more evident than in the bedroom. Their sex life, which had dwindled to occasional lackluster encounters, was suddenly on fire. Passionate trysts occurred 3 to 4 times a week, sometimes more. Olivia couldn't get enough of the new Marcus, often initiating spontaneous encounters in unexpected places: the kitchen, the laundry room, even once in their car parked in a secluded spot overlooking the city. Marcus felt like a new man. He started dressing differently, swapping out his baggy sweaters for fitted shirts that showcased his new physique. He grew a well-groomed beard and got a trendy haircut. People who hadn't seen him in years barely recognized him. At work, he exuded a newfound confidence that led to a promotion. Life was better than ever, and Marcus was on top of the world. But as Marcus's confidence soared, something unexpected began to happen. Olivia's insecurities, long buried beneath the comfortable routines of their marriage, began to surface. She noticed the admiring glances Marcus received from other women, at the grocery store, at parties, even at their grandchildren's school events. She saw how his eyes would linger a moment too long on an attractive jogger in the park. While Marcus remained devoted and attentive, Olivia couldn't shake the feeling that she was no longer good enough for her transformed husband. Little did Marcus know, these insecurities would soon lead to the ultimate betrayal, one that would shatter their 25-year marriage in ways neither of them could have ever imagined. As summer approached, Olivia decided to take a trip with her 2 sisters, Sophia and Emma, to a nearby city known for its vibrant nightlife and luxurious spas. She claimed it was a chance to bond with her siblings and relax, but deep down, she was hoping to escape the growing sense of inadequacy she felt at home. Marcus, trusting his wife implicitly, had no qualms about the trip. He even encouraged her to go, thinking it might help her relax and boost her self-esteem. They had never been the jealous type, and their relationship had always been built on a foundation of trust and open communication. They even had apps on their phones to track each other's whereabouts, not out of mistrust, but for safety and peace of mind. The night before Olivia left, they made love with a passion that reminded Marcus of their early days together. As he held her close afterward, he felt a surge of gratitude for their enduring love. Little did he know, this would be the last time he would hold his wife as a faithful partner. It was a Wednesday afternoon, and Marcus was driving home from work, his mind filled with plans for the romantic dinner he was going to prepare for Olivia's return the next day. Suddenly, his phone rang. It was Olivia. Expecting to hear her excited voice sharing details about her trip, he was instead met with the sound of heart-wrenching sobs. Between gasps and cries, Olivia confessed to cheating on him with another man. The world stopped spinning for Marcus. His heart shattered into a million pieces as Olivia recounted her drunken encounter with a married couple at the hotel bar. She claimed it was a mistake, a moment of weakness fueled by too much alcohol and her own insecurities. Marcus pulled over to the side of the road, his mind reeling. How could this happen? Why would Olivia do this? The questions swirled in his head as he tried to make sense of what he was hearing. He felt numb, disconnected from reality, as if he was watching a movie of someone else's life falling apart. But as the initial shock began to wear off, Marcus's analytical mind kicked in. Something about Olivia's story didn't add up. The details were too vague, the timing too convenient, and then there was the nagging question. Why confess over the phone instead of waiting to talk in person? Little did Marcus know, the truth was far more sinister than Olivia had let on, and unraveling it would lead him down a path of discovery that would change his life forever. In the days that followed Olivia's confession, Marcus's world turned upside down. Unable to focus on work or sleep, he began to dig deeper into what had really happened on that fateful trip. What he uncovered left him reeling. This wasn't a drunken mistake. It was a carefully orchestrated plan. The couple Olivia met, Jack and Lily, were actually longtime clients of their interior design business. They had been flirting and sexting for months, their exchanges growing increasingly explicit. The girls' trip was nothing more than a cover for a pre-planned rendezvous. Marcus discovered a secret email account Olivia had been using to communicate with Jack and Lily. The messages dated back nearly a year, filled with intimate photos, detailed fantasies, and plans for their eventual meeting. Olivia's sisters, Sophia and Emma, were unwitting accomplices, used as cover to make the trip seem innocent. The betrayal was not just physical, it was a web of lies and deceit that had been growing for months. Every business dinner, every late night at the office, every girls' night out, Marcus now questioned all of it. Had their entire relationship been built on a foundation of lies? As Marcus delved deeper, he uncovered financial transactions that didn't make sense, expensive gifts, hotel bookings, even a secret credit card. The extent of Olivia's deception was staggering. She had not only betrayed their marriage, but had also put their financial stability at risk. The final blow came when Marcus found a series of messages discussing him. Olivia had shared intimate details about their sex life, mocked his previous weight issues, and even speculated about leaving him for Jack. The woman in these messages was a stranger to Marcus, cold, calculating, and utterly unlike the loving wife he thought he knew. With each new discovery, Marcus felt a piece of his heart die. The love story he had cherished for 25 years was crumbling before his eyes, replaced by a nightmare of betrayal and lies. As the full extent of Olivia's betrayal came to light, Marcus found himself at a crossroads. Part of him wanted to forgive, to try and salvage the decades of memories and love they had shared. But a stronger part knew that there was no going back. The trust, once broken so thoroughly, could never be fully repaired. Despite Olivia's desperate pleas for forgiveness, her tears and promises to change, Marcus knew what he had to do. With a heavy heart, but an unbreakable resolve, he made the decision to end their 25-year marriage. The news shocked everyone who knew them as the perfect couple. Friends and family couldn't believe it. Some even tried to intervene and convince Marcus to reconsider. But Marcus stood firm. He hired a lawyer, initiated divorce proceedings, and began the painful process of untangling their intertwined lives. Each step was agonizing, dividing assets, telling their children, explaining to their grandchildren why Grandma and Grandpa wouldn't be living together anymore. But through it all, Marcus maintained his dignity and integrity. He refused to engage in mudslinging or revenge tactics, even when Olivia's family tried to paint him as the villain. Instead, he focused on healing himself and protecting his children from the fallout as much as possible. Marcus's unwavering strength in the face of such betrayal became an inspiration to many, showing that it's possible to walk away from a toxic situation with grace and self-respect. In the months that followed the divorce, Marcus and Olivia's lives took dramatically different paths. Olivia, consumed by guilt and regret, spiraled into depression and self-destructive behavior. She lost clients, alienated friends, and struggled to maintain relationships with her children. The fantasy life she had imagined with Jack and Lily crumbled quickly, leaving her alone and filled with remorse. Marcus, on the other hand, chose a different path. While the pain of betrayal was deep, he refused to let it define him. He sold their house, divided their assets fairly, despite Olivia's attempts to claim more than her share, and embarked on a journey of self-discovery. With his newfound freedom and a substantial settlement from the sale of their business, Marcus decided to fulfill a lifelong dream. He bought a motorcycle, a sleek, powerful machine that represented everything his new life stood for: freedom, adventure, and the open road. Marcus hit the highway, traveling across the country, rediscovering his zest for life. He visited old friends, made new ones, and even reconnected with his passion for writing, starting a blog about his travels and the lessons he learned along the way. To everyone's surprise, including his own, Marcus found himself attracting attention from women wherever he went. His silver fox looks, combined with his quiet confidence and intriguing backstory, made him irresistible to many. For the first time in decades, Marcus enjoyed casual encounters and flirtations, reveling in his newfound freedom and confidence. But it wasn't all easy. There were nights when the loneliness crept in, when he missed the comfort and familiarity of his old life. Marcus faced these moments head-on, using them as opportunities for growth and self-reflection. He started therapy, joined support groups for divorced men, and even took up meditation to help process his emotions. Through this journey, Marcus discovered strengths he never knew he had. He learned to cook gourmet meals for one, became an expert at home repairs, and even started mentoring young entrepreneurs in his spare time. His children, initially shocked by the divorce, came to admire their father's resilience and often sought his advice on their own relationships. As months turned into years, Marcus's story of resilience and reinvention spread. He was invited to speak at conferences, sharing his journey from betrayal to self-discovery. His blog gained a massive following, with readers from around the world finding inspiration in his words. Marcus had not only survived his ordeal, he had thrived. Just when Marcus thought his story of love and loss had reached its conclusion, life threw him another curveball. During a charity event where he was speaking about resilience, he met Sophia, a vivacious artist whose paintings captured the raw emotion of human experiences. Sophia, a widow with her own story of loss and renewal, saw past Marcus's emotional scars and loved him for who he was, battle-worn but undefeated. Their connection was immediate and profound. built on a foundation of shared experiences and mutual respect. Their relationship blossomed slowly, each step taken with careful consideration. Marcus, still healing from his past, was hesitant at first, but Sophia's patience and understanding gradually broke down his walls. They traveled together, combining Marcus's love for the open road with Sophia's passion for capturing landscapes on canvas. As they grew closer, Marcus found himself experiencing emotions he thought were long buried. The way his heart raced when Sophia entered a room, the comfort he felt in her silent presence, the joy of planning a future together, it was all wonderfully familiar, yet excitingly new. Then, on a moonlit beach during a trip to Bali, the very place where Marcus and Olivia had honeymooned 25 years ago, Marcus found himself doing something he never thought possible. He got down on one knee, pulled out a ring, and with tears in his eyes, asked Sophia to marry him. Her joyful yes was carried away by the ocean breeze, marking the beginning of a new chapter in Marcus's life. As Marcus and Sophia immersed themselves in wedding preparations, life had one more shocking twist in store. Just weeks before the wedding, Marcus received a call that would shake him to his core. Olivia, unable to cope with the consequences of her actions and the loss of everything she held dear, had taken her own life. The news sent shockwaves through the family. Marcus found himself grappling with a complex cocktail of emotions: guilt, relief, sadness, and a strange sense of closure. He postponed the wedding, needing time to process this final, tragic chapter of his past life. In the weeks that followed, Marcus's strength was tested like never before. He had to console his grieving children, manage the practical aspects of Olivia's estate, and confront the unresolved feelings he still harbored. Sophia stood by him through it all, her unwavering support a testament to the strength of their bond. The experience brought Marcus and his children closer than ever. Together they mourned not just Olivia's death, but the loss of the family they once were. They shared stories, tears, and even laughter as they remembered the good times, acknowledging that those memories weren't invalidated by what came after. In a final act of forgiveness and closure, Marcus organized a small, private memorial for Olivia. It was a chance for those who loved her to remember the woman she was before the betrayal, to honor the mother, friend, and partner she had been for so many years. Marcus's journey from betrayal to triumph is a powerful testament to emotional resilience and personal growth. After his wife's infidelity shattered their 25-year marriage, he chose to rebuild his life, focusing on self-worth and moving forward. Through the pain of divorce and loss, Marcus found new love, strengthened family bonds, and discovered inner peace. His story reminds us that even after devastating betrayal, it's possible to heal, find happiness, and create a fulfilling new chapter in life.